What is up, it's iCkEdMeL. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. And I have this exclusive video of Jared, a side that I've never seen before. It's going to be really interesting, but I have to give you a little bit of context because if I don't, you're going to be a little bit confused. And I took some notes. And so basically, back in 2021, there was a company that reached out to Jared for services. I believe it was like video editing, and they got everything set up, and they had like this 2-day turnaround time to get the videos done and processed. And so at some point it became a problem because usually the videos were supposed to be like 10 minutes long or around there. And the videos that were being handed to them, which was hours and hours and hours of footage, to be edited down to around, I think the lowest one was 25 minutes. Some of the other longer ones were 30 to 40 minutes. One of the longest ones was 50 minutes, which takes a lot of work. They apparently weren't meeting the demands that this guy Jared wanted, but of course the stuff that he was asking for allegedly was outside of the contract. And so one of the people that was one of the chief editors there was Carson, the guy that's with the, or was, because he's no longer there anymore, but he was one of the chief editors at this company, and he was doing the videos for Jared, but he was the chief, but there were other editors under him. Jared was asking for work. And when I say work, I mean work outside of the company. And so he took time off from his job and went to work with Jared. And that's when Jared approached him and offered him a job, which I don't blame Carson at all for leaving a company and taking a job that's offering better money, salary, maybe benefits. I don't know. I've done it myself. That you got to, self-perseverance to take care of yourself and your family. And Carson basically becomes the new Dan the cameraman, or replaces him at AWP. The other thing I wanted to just say real quick, and then we'll watch that this video. No, it's not like crazy, but you also have to think about, like, I guess the other people that were or are or were in AWP, why they can't say much, why they're, who knows what kind of contracts, NDAs, whatever, non-disclosure, non-compete this guy we're about to watch had them sign. And maybe, this is why they can't say certain things. Let's check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below.
As his little side hustle, as we've all acknowledged, is okay and appropriate with your company, that nothing goes.
So he's talking, he sent this video to the company, and he's talking about Carson.
On that one. We really enjoyed having Carson on site with us and on scene. We were working with the Diesel brothers a couple days ago. As such, I approached Carson and said, Carson, here's what I'm willing to pay you. And it didn't take Carson long to say, yeah, I would love to actually be on the road with you and go shoot and edit and be a part of the entire AWP organization. So anyway, I said, that's on you. Just so you know, Carson, I'm leaving, whether you come with us or whether you don't. So this is on Carson as to whether he's going to be joining us or not. But also, let me come back to the father and the mentor and the business. I've been in business for 25 years. I've built 4 multi-million-dollar companies. I've dealt with, the Utah startups and the young entrepreneurs, and I love
Utah startups, just Utah.
The hustle from.
I'm just mentioning Utah because there was these weird people that kept saying that the cousin was, she's changing location and she made it up. Utah. That's just one of the locations that the allegations are coming from.
You guys, all right? I get it. But I also know, there may be some bullshit contracts in place whether we have a non-solicit or non-compete or NDAs or whatever that bullshit is, all right? It just keeps the honest people honest is what it does. And it tries to, and it's also written and in favor of the company, which then, if you look up litigation law, is going to take you down a different path as to, if it's written in to benefit the company, you guys are already toast. But in addition to that, we all know, I know, because I've been through litigation a million times, if you have any of these bullshit contracts and you try to pull anything over on Carson, let me just be very straight with you. One is, you guys don't want to spend the money on litigation because I have more adult money than you do, and I will back Carson.
Said he has more adult money. I think that's what he said.
Just being very straight with you. I will back Carson, make sure that no financial burden falls on Carson, because I'm offering him a lot of money. Benefits to grow outside of what he's currently doing, which is editing, that I'm going to be bringing him into a producer role or co-producing. and just so much more. You like, this is Carson's time to shine. He's 20 years old, and it's time for him to grow. So anyway, I just wanted to be very transparent with you guys. Leaving regardless. Would love to take Carson if Carson's on board.
So Jared's talking about leaving the company that was doing these editing these videos for him, and also, you know, wanting Carson to come with him, that he gave him the offer.
And don't give him any grief if he decides to leave. I'll wish him well, and I'm going to continue to mentor him and help him grow. And someday, if he comes over here, he's going to grow, and he's going to fly from my nest as well. And you know what? That's what we do as a team over here. Anyway, on that note, we need to decide how we're going to be wrapping this up, because we will not be continuing, so we need to end any future payments, which, by the way, you guys have also continued to overcharge me from what our original agreement is. So again...
So with the overcharging thing, so I have to give a little context when I can. The overcharging thing, so when he supposedly first started with this company, Jared, allegedly, they marked down the first month. The first month was cheaper. Then the rest of the months, the prices went up. And when that happened, supposedly this guy started claiming that he was being overcharged. So that's what he's referencing here.
Additional breach of contract there. So if there's, and so let's just be very straight on this one. Clean cut. You know, we all learned something from it. Any type of a hiccup or a hassle at all, I'm going after finances on you guys. You know, for what I've lost from my sponsors, I'm going.
And the sponsor, well, oh no, I'll leave that out. But just imagine how, I don't know, intimidating this must be. I guess it was a startup company, somebody with money, followers coming down on you. We're taking the person, which we want Carson. We're going to take him.
After what you guys have overcharged me, I'm going after, data breach. Oh, data breach is a tough one for you guys. In addition to that, you know, then of course I'm in a position with, you know, 1 million plus on Facebook, another 1.3 million on YouTube.
So this back then, 1 million plus on Facebook, 1.3 million on YouTube. So it just makes me think of like anybody that comes against him or his organization, which this company didn't come against him. But I just imagine anybody coming against Jared or his organization or whatever, he's letting you know, I got this huge following, I got money.
Is that, you know, when I made the decision to jump to you guys, I looked for reviews, you know, and currently at the time, you know, there was one that was kind of iffy. But, you know, had she not come back to you, I would have been like, I'm definitely not going to be using them. So let me just be very straight to you as well. You know, I have your client list. I will make sure that I, you know, let them know that I've left and the reasons why.
So he's even telling them, I have your client list. I'll contact them. I'll let them know my feelings, but all this stuff.
I've chosen to leave. But I also make sure that I put the reviews out there on Yelp and Google.
He puts the reviews out there on Yelp and Google. So is he just talking about his own personal review from his company? Or is he saying he can manipulate reviews or pay for reviews or whatever? I mean, he doesn't say that specifically, but I'm just guessing, I guess maybe his own review he's stating.
I will make sure that I, you know, let them know that I've left and the reasons why I've chosen to leave. But I also make sure that I put the reviews out there on Yelp and Google as well as out there on YouTube World. So don't F with me. Don't F with Carson is how it comes down to the end of the day. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you guys were going to, or that you had, or that you would. I'm just saying, listen, I've been in business longer than you guys have been alive. And I know startups because I've written some of the same contracts and NDAs, non-solicits and non-competes. And
this is what I'm saying. I think this is really interesting because you can kind of see, I'm just kind of imagining what kind of documents these people in AWP have probably signed. And now they have all this litigation and lawyers probably involved. This guy's been doing this for a long time, Jared.
Whatever else. And, you know, Carson is going to be doing freelance with us, and he is not going to be competing with your company by starting one of his own, as well as, check this out, you guys also have a location thing when you go to court over litigations for non-competes. If you guys have documents or anything, but it doesn't cover, you cannot restrict somebody from opening up shop or doing what needs to be done in other locations. So we've all acknowledged that you guys cannot meet my needs for traveling across the entire U.S. and back for locations, which then means that you guys have even less of a leg to stand on if you were to try to tie Carson's hands. So anyway, that's it. Very transparent. I love having conversations about this. I want to make sure I got it all out. So that's why I put this one-sided video together. That way it wasn't just a, half-hour long conversation on
one-sided video. So yeah, he doesn't even want to have conversation or any going back and forth. This is it. Take it or leave it kind of thing.
Zoom or Skype. You guys can respond to it however you want, via email, via Skype, via WhatsApp, whatever. We need to figure out, are you guys finishing in those last two? When's Carson's last day going to be? Are we not going to finish the last two with...
It's kind of tell him too, like, when's Carson's last day? You need to figure it out, figure out when he's leaving.
It wasn't just a, half-hour long conversation on Zoom or Skype. You guys can respond to it however you want, via email, via Skype, via WhatsApp, whatever. We need to figure out, are you guys finishing in those last two? When's Carson's last day going to be? Are we not going to finish the last two with... you guys can be like, you know what? Yeah, let's also give back your last month's pay and just take Carson now and have him finish the two outside of... Or, hey, we need Carson to finish up with current clients. Whatever, you guys need to figure that out. But anyway, in the end, let's make it clean, simple, and we just simply part ways, and we don't make this rough on anybody. It won't be rough on me. At the end of the day, I've got nothing to lose, okay, and everything to gain, and that's where we're at. Appreciate you guys, and we had some good times along the way. Talk to you later. Bye.
And you see that last facial expression, like right at the last second, I noticed that to me, it's almost kind of like he's kind of laughing and smirking, like maybe he didn't mean to catch that last half a second or whatever.
Talk to you later. Bye.
I don't know. Or maybe I'm just... I'm going to put Carson's channel in the description and in the comment section. Go to his channel, subscribe. He had a heartfelt message that he posted on his channel. Another tidbit about this situation. And again, just a reminder, like, I'm telling this third hand. I'm the outside party trying to tell part of somebody's story. So of course I'm not gonna be able to say all the details. Maybe there could be something off. That's why I'm glad that we had actually video to, corroborate what was said. And so Carson had signed a non-complete, all right, because this company had this issue before where editors have left with people that they were working with. And Carson was like the top editor at that company. And so Jared poached him and hired him, which again, I don't blame Carson at all. I'd jump and take the opportunity too, especially that type of big opportunity. That's why a lot of people probably jumped to be a part of AWP for many reasons. If you look at Nick Wren, his live video that he did, it says here, apologies. This statement has been edited due to contracts in place. All right. So I think this video that I put here now that I showed you guys can do a multitude of things, not only just show why certain people can't say certain things maybe, but also, from the alleged victims, how this guy moves. I don't know. We saw some of his business dealings or legal dealings. Could he be like this with them too, or the cousin? Could it be this intimidating? Or even just the organization, how big it was with millions of people, or even we hear of like Sam when the mob had come for him, or like I was saying, anybody that wants to come forward with allegations, just like the mass pressure, the mass witch hunt, the people that are going to start coming after you and looking into you and harassing you, and just thousands, millions of people. And I also wonder what his perception is with this whole charges that are being brought against him. Is he this cocky with this situation too? Is he kind of laughing it off, or is he concerned, or has he planned for all this? And has he put things in trust funds and made sales and money and all this stuff in preparation? I don't know. So comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Point out things that you thought about this video, about what he said, his characteristics. Maybe I'm sure I missed a bunch of things. And thank you so much for the people that trust me and people that support me. I love you guys. Take care. And there's a whole bunch of things that have gone on. The GoFundMe was shut down. And I don't really have much to say about that. And I just hope that things come to light, especially with this situation, and that people can get justice. And yeah. So thank you so much. Take care, guys. Peace. Bloop, bloop.